Hi guys, welcome to another video and happy to have you. If you're new here for the first time, welcome to my channel called Simply Michelle, and I have been reading the story called The Promise, written by Moa. And to all my returning subscribers, appreciate you all. Yes, see you guys in the comment, kicking up a storm. Appreciate it. And I see that you're enjoying the story. So thank you. God bless each and every one of you for the weekly support, and continue to enjoy and continue to comment, to like, and to share. And without itching, let us move right into the story. Tessa, if you want me to stay a while, all you need to do is to say so, answered Ben. He stared at her for a while, wanting to say something else, but changes his mind, but continued to eye Tessa suspiciously. What do you have planned for us to do? He asked. It was thinking we could go for a walk, she said. But I don't feel like going for a walk, Ben replied. It's cold out and you will get freeze to death. Remember, I'm not allowed to touch you or even hug you to keep you warm. Have you ever heard of jackets? She asked. I am sure you know what I meant, said Ben. He continued to stare her down. What? Why are you staring at me? Just say what is on your mind already, Ben, she said, as she stared back at him with narrowed eyes. He blinked at her in surprise. Ben stand to his feet. It took Tessa by surprise. She jumped. You startled me, she exclaimed. I wanted to take a good look at you, Ben whispered. He took her cheeks in the palm of his hands, then gently brushed his thumb along the line of her jaw. You seem to be always on the move. I don't get to really see you up close and personal. She closed her eyes and gently relaxed her face in his hands as she enjoyed his touch. You're so beautiful, he murmured. Like I feel as if I'm drowning in your gorgeous dark brown eyes. Just like the day we first met. It felt like I was hypnotized by your natural beauty. Ben pulled back so he could read her expression. He kissed her on the forehead and started to leave. Don't go, she whispered. Tessa, do you understand what you're asking? Responded Ben. I know exactly what you're feeling, and if I stay, I know you'll blame me later. So, trust me, my love. It's time for me to leave. You will thank me later. Ben, I don't know if I can keep on doing this. It is so hard, she murmured. It will worth the wait, my love. I promise you, he said, while he walked to the door, placed his hand on the handle, looked into her eyes, and asked, do you see why I wanted to leave? It's not because I don't enjoy your company. If anything, it's because I enjoy it a little bit too much, and I can't even afford to do so at this moment. Tessa planted her hands on her hips in frustration, then murmured, This is torture. Ben groaned. I agreed. he said. Do you have any solution? Asked Tessa. Yes, a very cold shower, he whispered. Okay, Ben, close the door behind you and call me when you get home. I got to take this shower. She ran up the stairs and into the bathroom. Ben closed the door, shook his head, and murmured to himself, surely this will make a great story someday. The week had passed by so quickly, leaving the two lovebirds frustrated and edgy. Sad to say, but even the coldest of showers were not able to give them the release or even to alleviate their sexual dysfunction. Ben sat in his vehicle at his gate, contemplating. Should he call Tessa or let her know he changed his mind about coming over? But he rethink that decision because he would not have been able to live it down. Plus, he is never one to run away whenever anything has gotten difficult. Therefore, he decided to call home instead. He called thrice, but no response, just to see if his aunt and uncle was okay. As a result, he got a little concerned not getting them on the phone, but decided to call back later. As he drove up the drive, Ben began to feel nervous, not sure how the day would turn out, knowing that things have been moody between him and Tessa. His eyebrows narrowed when he saw two extra vehicles parked next to Tessa in her driveway. That suggests that the guest and Daniel must have reached already for Thanksgiving. Daniel must have reached already. For some reason, that put him in a better mood, knowing he would not be left alone with Tessa. Because walking away right now would not be able to stop him from touching and wanting to embrace her just to feel close to her. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. He rang the doorbell and stood patiently waiting. Hey, come on in. Happy Thanksgiving, said Tessa. Thank you, same to you, he murmured. What's with the long face? Asked Tessa. Trust me, I don't think you even want to know. Everyone is already here. What took you so long, by the way? She asked. Everyone? He asked. You mean you didn't know? Inquired Tessa. I am at a loss, he protested. Tessa pulled him in a corner to fill him in on the FYI for your information. Well, your aunt and uncle are also my grandfather. They are here along with my dad. At first, I was puzzled too, but then it led me to wonder, why on earth would they all be here? Especially your aunt and uncle. Wouldn't they be at your place? What? Why are they all here? He exclaimed. Shh, shh. Are you trying for them to hear you? They are waiting for you to get here, she explained. And you could not have called me to let me know what I'm walking into? He asked. Honestly, yes, I could. But what fun would that be to miss this look that I'm seeing on your face right now. It is priceless, said Tessa, and walked away with a grin on her face. Tessa, Tessa, called Ben. Hey everyone, guess who have just arrived? Announced Tessa with a grin. Hey uncle. Ben walked over and greeted everyone. I was just calling you guys. And it went straight to voicemail. The 3 times I tried, he protested. Yes, son, we just wanted to surprise you, she said and hugged him. Yes, Auntie, but why Tessa's home? And since when do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving? I'm sure I suggested coming home and you tell me you're not believers in Thanksgiving. You celebrate all through the year. Think about it, son. Oh, that was to throw me off. I see. We have other business here to deal with as well, son. So calm down and let us get better acquainted, said Grandad Flynn. Ben looked at Daniel. He shrugged his shoulders in an attempt to say he have no idea. Short gesture. The 2 ladies were in the kitchen, cooking up a storm. The fragrance of the food was breathtaking, filling the atmosphere. Ben eyed Tessa as she moved around in the kitchen. She looked a little annoyed, Ben thought, as he grew even more frustrated. Tessa turned to look at him. He noticed her and smiled. She came closer to him, in hearing distance, and whispered, Can you have a seat with the others like a normal person and stop staring at me so I can focus? She asked in an annoyed tone. So I am distracting you, Miss Flynn? He asked with a grin. Well, welcome to the club, said Ben. You need to sit down already, she said sternly. I am perfectly fine, said Ben, and continued to stare at her. Little did Ben and Tessa know that they were being watched like a hawk by their families. Their every move were being studied. You see what I mean? They can't keep their eyes off each other for a second. How are they going to wait until after graduation to get married? Said Daniel. I see exactly what you mean, but surely it's their decision. We can't force them, said Mr. Jones. Well, we can try. One thing for certain, they are both head over heels for each other, and money is not an issue, said Grandad Flynn. So what the heck is keeping them apart from getting hitched? Yes, but we are dealing with 2 independent young people. We have to be careful as to how we handle the matter, replied Mr. Jones. All the men agreed. Ben! Come here, son, called Daniel. Are you all right? You seem distracted. Yes, Daniel, I am. All the men began to laugh. Ha ha ha. Oh yes, we see that you are. Yes, I am, but I'll be all right, Ben answered in an annoyed tone. The man frustrated. I come to understand you're interested in my granddaughter, son. What are your intentions? asked Grandad Flynn. Yes, I am, sir. Ben filled him in on his and Tessa's decisions to wait until after graduation. Didn't you come here with the intention to meet my granddaughter again and get married? He asked. Most definitely, sir. However, I have to respect her wishes to wait and get to know each other better, answered Ben. Well, I came here to find out if you are a suitable marriage material. And you are, son. So the only concern I have now is, will the both of you be able to wait until graduation to tie the knot? I am going to be frank, son. Both of you appear to be burning. You're on fire for each other. My granddaughter is a mess. From you enter the house 3 hours ago, I can see that you are equally a mess. So how will the two of you manage? He asked. Tessa stood in the corner, listening with her arms crossed. Usually she would have objected, but right now she knew every word was true, and she had no argument. And it was eating her out. Mrs. Jones came behind her, rubbed her arm in comfort. She turned around and collapsed in her arms. What are you going to do, dear? Asked Mrs. Jones. I don't know, she murmured, hating how childish she sounded. Well, Ben and I have some things to do. We truly have some thinking to do, she continued in a childish voice, because this is just not working out. It's harder than I even thought it would be, said Tessa. Whenever you need a helping hand, call me. Whatever it is, whatever the time of the day, it will be my pleasure to assist, said Mrs. Jones. I assure you, sir, Tessa and I will deal with it the best way we see fit, said Ben. What the heck am I talking about? I have no idea what I'm doing. This is driving me nuts, thought Ben in the secret corners of his mind. Oh yes, definitely. I will speak to Tessa. We'll figure it out, he continued. I have no doubt. However, he took a pause. Grandad Flynn took a pause. Where is Tessa? Asked Mr. Flynn. I am here, Grandad, she answered. Do you love this man? He asked. Yes, I do, Grandad, of course. What type of question is that? So what is the problem? Why are the two of you burning like a flaming fire? Knowing graduation is years away, you know this man is crazy about you, and I can see that you are crazy about him. So why the long wait before trying to tie the knot? She stood still without a word. So I ask you this right here, right now. Is there a reason hindering you from marrying Ben? Is there a just cause that prevents you both? He probed. Is there something you're not telling us? Surely money is not an issue. And we all know that both of you will do well in your profession, because you are brilliant students, and you have proven that over the years. So what the heck? What is the underlying issue for this nonsense? You said you're a woman of God. You fear the Lord. You're keeping yourself. But yet, why this unnecessary pressure and burden and having to wait so long? Rubbish, nonsense. So, is there an issue? Bring it to light for us to understand. Insist, Grandad Flynn. No, there's not an issue, she whispered. Tessa did not hesitate. She was not ready as yet to get married because she's not sure she's a married material as yet. However, she will not lie just to hesitate telling the truth. I thought so, said Grandad Flynn. Tessa stood motionless, not certain what to do or even what else to say. She felt like a child. So, Ben, what are you waiting on to ask her the question? Why? You think we're all here? Surely not for the big bird. We are thankful every day, said Grandad Flynn in annoyance. Don't play with the elderly. Ben looked over at Tessa for reassurance. He had played over in his mind a million times before how he would propose, but surely none of his memories have their family proposing for him. It made him feel awkward and nervous. He didn't even have a ring, but he surely was not going to miss out on the opportunity to make Tessa his wife. He looked at Tessa, holding her gaze. He got the confirmation he needed that she was okay with the sudden turn of events. So he went down on one knee and asked her the question. Tessa Alicia Flynn, will you marry me? Yes, I will marry you, said Tessa, as tears began to stream down her face. Ben scooped her up off her feet and kissed her. Are these tears of joy? Yes, she answered. I just want to make sure. Under the circumstances, I know your granddad took over my proposal and rushed everything. But however, he meant well. But I promise to make it up to you, my love. And of course, I will get you a dream ring as planned and as you rightfully deserve, said Ben. Surely, you know I'm not fussy about a ring. I also have my birthstone ring. I could wear that even, said Tessa. That ring has its own significance. Therefore, your engagement ring must be a special one of a kind, said Ben. Mrs. Jones popped the champagne. Pop! Fly the cork. Tessa decided to have fruit juice along with Ben. Everyone expressed congratulations to the happy couple. Congrats, my son, to you both. Grandad Flynn meant well, and it's better this way, she said Mrs. Jones. I hear my name, said Grandad. I know you feel I have jumped the gun, but forgive me. I'm an old man and I have no patience and no time for nonsense. And I know you will thank me later. I love my granddaughter and I want the best for her. And Ben, I've known your parents and your aunt and uncle for much too long to even itch or pretend that you are not a good man and match for my granddaughter. So, forgive me for infringing on what is your right, but trust me, you will thank me later. And no long engagement. He gently slapped Ben on the shoulder. I'm an old man. I need to see my great grandchildren, said Mr. Flynn. The rest of the day was excellent. Everyone ate until their bellies were full. The food was tasty. Everything seems well and perfect under the circumstances of how the day started out. But everyone seemed to have a great and happy Thanksgiving, even though, truth be told, they all do not celebrate Thanksgiving. We're all pretending for this just cause. Now they have a special event to really be thankful for every November. Tessa and Ben, they stood in a corner, gazing at each other as if they are seeing and getting to know each other for the first time. Well, guys, we will stop here for this week. Story coming to bump, as my grandmother would say. What a thingy with Grandad Flynn. You know, I get his reasoning is a little contrary, but I get it. Well, we'll stop here for today, and as I always say, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4 verse 13. And whatsoever you find to do, do it to the best of your ability. Thank you. Bye-bye.